So the story says that in this part of Nepal, today's Nepal, there were two kingdoms. So west of Lumbini, this is west of Lumbini, about 28 kilometer, it was a capital city of the Sakya kingdom called Kapilavastu. So east of Lumbini, today you saw the Rohini river, that was the demarcation of the Sakya and Kolya kingdom. So as per the Buddhist text mentioned that, there was a matrimonial alliances between these two kingdoms, and there was a tradition when the woman get pregnant had to go to their parents' house, and all the stories are there. So I observed that the mode of transportation in those days, there were three different type of mode of transportation. So common people, they used to travel by bullock cart, and the rich people, we have some archaeological evidences that they use the the horse chariot for the business people, the rich people, and especially the royalties. There is a reference of traveling by palanquin. It is a small cart carried by the people. So distance between these two kingdoms comes something like a 70 kilometer. So it was not possible to travel 70 kilometers in a single day in a palanquin. So they used to travel somewhere in a half, spend a night, and next day they used to go to their respective places. So Maya Devi and Prajapati, two sisters from Kolya kingdom, was married by King Suddhodana. So mother of Buddha, Maya Devi, when she conceived the baby, she desired to go to her parents' house. So in a month of May, June, we call it Baisakha. It was a very sunny day, very hot summer. So she desired to go to her parents' house. So King Suddhodana, he prepared all the arrangement for her journey. So most probably they left Kapilavastu. You are visiting after this, maybe early in the morning, maybe 5 o'clock. So whole day they travel almost like a 28 kilometer, carried, it's a palanquin carried by the people, a big group of people, her security, her servant, and the people around with her. And they arrived in Lumbini. Just a 400 meters south, this corner, there's a big village, archaeological mound. 3 years back, I'm involved with this British team. Recently, it was in the news, in the National Geography, and all that. So I'm one of the team member, responsible person from the government of Nepal. So we did some trial excavation. We wanted to know exactly what this archaeological mound is. So we excavated certain area on the top of the mound. We went deeper and deeper and deeper. We reached up to the natural soil, the area where nobody has touched it. So from the section we got some sort of the datable artifact from that area. So we put into the radiocarbon dating. We found it is a 1360 BC, before present. That is the date from the village. So most probably when Mother of Buddha was going to her parents' house, she arrived in Lumbini. Most probably she spent a night there. So this area where we are sitting and we just observed these ruins, it was a beautiful garden in a Buddha time. This garden, there are various names in the Buddhist literature. Some texts says as Lumbini Kannan, Lumbini Batika, Lumbini Upabana. Even one literature mentioned that it was a Chitta Latabana, that is a mind-captivating garden. Whoever comes and sees says that, wow, what a beautiful garden. Even one literature further mentioned that it was a Pradimokshibana. It was a garden of the heaven. The garden of Lumbini was compared with the garden of heaven. It was such a beautiful garden. So evening time, Mother of Buddha, when she arrived, she went to the village. Maybe she took some rest. After refreshment, she liked to come and see the garden of Lumbini. So carrying a baby in her womb, walking slowly, enjoying the beauty and serenity of Lumbini, while she was walking, suddenly she felt a pain. So she realized that this is a time to give a birth to her child. Just behind of you there's a pond. So she took a bath in this pond. Actually, this is, not the original shape. Original pond It was a natural pond, and this is created in 1939 only. So she took a bath in this pond. So she come out from the pond from the other side to the northern side. So she felt the pain more serious. So she was searching some support. She saw that tree. When you saw the marker stone, just beside the marker stone there is a big hole. That is the area where we excavated. So we got some root of the trees from there. Still we are doing some more research which kind of tree it was. But so far my study says that, probably it was an Ashoka tree, not the Sala tree.
That's right. A lot of people say it's a Sala tree.
Yeah, many literature, especially the British who came in, who translated the original Pali text. They made that it's a Sala tree. But in a Pali, exactly, the Sala does not mean that it's a Sala tree. Sala means a branch, which is a Sakha. And so Mother of Buddha, she hold that Sala, Shakha, and gave birth to her child. Anyway, that's a story behind it. And she saw that tree. She walked there. The pain was more severe. So the one branch which was very lower in the height of the Mother of Buddha, she just hold that branch. And other ladies and other people they just covered her with the clothes. And by just holding that branch, she gave birth to her holy son, the future Buddha. So immediately the news went to the village. Yeah, the mother has given a birth to the child. So immediately the village people of Lumbini, they brought this stone piece and they put it there to mark the exact spot where child came to the world. And later on, when Emperor Ashoka visited Lumbini, he was a great emperor, It was his pilgrimage. When he came to Lumbini, he was accompanied by his spiritual teacher called Upagupta, like today you are with your spiritual teacher, like he was along with his teacher. And the teacher pointed, Emperor, this is the spot where the Buddha came to the world. And this is the tree which mother has held during the time of delivery. Ashoka, being a Buddhist emperor, he paid respect to the spot. He worshipped it. And it was in the ground. So, just to give more significance to the spot, that stone, he ordered to lift it up. So he asked to make one platform to give more honor and respect to the spot. So he made an order to make a platform, and on the top of the platform, the stone is placed. So the tree was there, it was still living. So to protect that tree and that stone, he ordered to make a wall in and around. Even today, when we make a house, we have a wall, fortification wall around the house, around the building. So like that, to keep that significance and to protect it from the vandalism. So he ordered to make a wall. So on the top of the wall, he made a platform. Because in the 3rd century BC, Buddha image was not introduced. Buddha was worshipped in a symbolic form, either in a Bodhi tree, either in a footprint of Buddha. So the people, when they come close to the birthplace of Buddha, they used to sit in and around, keeping that tree in the center, and they used to meditate it. So that was a system. And not only that, Emperor Ashoka, he brought a huge pillar along with him. You can see that pillar is just behind of us. The pillar is still standing here. And the pillar is standing since last 249 BC. So when Ashoka brought this pillar, on the top of the pillar, he put the horse capital. It was a horse capital. So why he put the horse means when Siddhartha took a great renunciation. Today you are visiting that. After this, there's a gate in the eastern gate. So Siddhartha with his favorite horse called Kanthaka, with his charioteer Channa, he took a great renunciation. So whole night he traveled, and next morning he reached on the bank of river Anoma. So after river Anoma, he went beyond the forest. So he sent back his horse and his charioteer back to Kapilvastu. So to commemorate that horse, Kanthaka, Ashoka introduced the horse capital on the top of the pillar here. And another important part of this pillar is there is an inscription of 3rd century BC. It's in a 5-line, you will see after this, it's a 5-line, it's in a Brahmi script, one of the earliest script of the whole northern India. And this script says that, emperor was very proud to say that I myself came to this spot. The first line says that his name, like I'm a beloved of the god, I'm most handsome and good looking, and 20th year of my coronation, I myself come to this place. Why he came? He said that here the Buddha Jate Sakya Muniti, here the Sakya Muni Buddha was born. In the third line, he mentioned that I worship that spot. Just we saw that stone. I worship that spot where Buddha came to the world. And to commemorate my visit, let the people remember forever that I erected this pillar. Sila Tabecha, I erected this pillar. In a fourth line, he said that here the Bhagavan was born. I reduced the taxes of Lumbini. There is a word called Lumbini Game, that's in a Pali, the language. So the name of the village is one of the earliest villages in Southeast Asia. From 3rd century BC to even today, 22nd century, even the people are living in the same name. There is not a single change. So, as Emperor Ashoka wanted that the people will remember me, today we are coming after 2,500 years even. The Ashoka's name is, we are repeating his name. So he erected this pillar. So after Ashoka, one very interesting story we got it in the reference that, one Chinese pilgrim called Sensai, before Fashion, Sensai came around 4th century AD in Lumbini. He mentioned that I came to Lumbini. I saw this pond where Mother of Buddha took a bath. And I saw that spot, the spot which is sealed by a stone. The exact spot is sealed by a stone. And people are offering flower and sweet to that stone. Okay. Anyway, let them walk. He's a monk volunteer. So he mentioned that I saw the exact spot of the Buddha, which is sealed by a stone. The stone was seen by one Chinese in the 4th century AD. Even he talked about that tree. This tree is called Ashoka, that is Ashoka. If the tree is dead, local upasaka bring the new Ashoka tree and plant in the same place. That was the replantation tradition. But unfortunately, we have one more Chinese in the 7th century AD. His name is Sensai or Yuan Chang. So Yuan Chang mentioned that, he traveled from Chang'an, central China, all the way to Karakoram, Afghanistan, Pakistan, crossing the Gobi Desert. He arrived Lumbini after walking 6 years. That's the pilgrimage. That's really a pilgrimage. Just carrying a small rucksack. Many days he was without food, without water. Those people who accompanied them, they died in the Gobi Desert. Their skeleton are still left somewhere. He was survived. He arrived in Lumbini after walking 6 years from central Chang'an to Lumbini. Imagine. Today, if we miss our flight, we say, we go next year. Yes, we do that. So, when he arrived here, you imagine, most probably, first he cried when he arrived here. It was the birthplace of the Buddha after walking 6 years. So he talked about the birth spot, he talked about the pillar. He said that I saw the pillar. There's a horse capital on the top, but it's fallen in the ground. There was a lightning. Because of lightning, the pillar is cracked in the center. There is an inscription regarding the birthplace of the Buddha. So like that, the Lumbini, it's became a timeless place for the pilgrims. Today, from all over the world, it's not only Buddhist. Even the Christian, even the Islam, even the Hindu, they come to this spot. Because Lumbini is not a religious place. We call it is a spiritual land. So you feel is why Buddha said from his deathbed, he asks Ananda, Ananda, after I am no more, the people should visit 4 places. First, they have to go to Lumbini. Then they go to Bodh Gaya, go to Sarnath, and come to Kushinara where I am passing away. But first, go to Lumbini. In Mahaparinibbana Sutta, it mentioned that you go Lumbini with faith, not by belief. Belief can be imposed by some teacher, by some book, or by some your father. Somebody said that you believe. No, until and unless you don't have a faith in your heart, go with faith. Go with devotion, not devoted to the face of their teacher or Buddha. Devoted to the path, devoted to the Dhamma, which we are practicing it. Go with the mindfulness. That's the foundation of Buddha's teaching. Mindfulness, mindfulness, mindfulness. And if you go with this, with faith, with devotion, and with the mindfulness, you can feel the apprehensive nature of impermanence. You will feel that what is, because Buddha said that these are the Sambhejaniya. It's called it's a place where one can feel anicca. So since then, Lumbini became one of the most precious pieces in this planet, and many great scholars, many great, the religious teacher, many great politicians, and many UN Secretary Generals, they visited this place. So like today you are here. So I'm just fortunate to get this opportunity to give a little talk about Lumbini. I'm so thankful to you. Thank you. So I'd like to hand over this. I'm scared.